Hello, this is Cat's Diamond Painting. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've joined me here before. I am here today with a sneak peek for Diamond Art Club. Massive thank you to DAC as ever for sending this over to me. This is Desert Colours by John Stewart, and this is part of DAC's new release lineup for this Saturday, the 25th of April. It's interesting it's called Desert Colours because it's very pink. I don't think of pink as being part of the desert, but this is artistic license. I guess on Desert Colours. But yeah, if you like pink, this could be the kit for you because it's got, I think, every shade of pink and purple and mauve going in there. So yeah, really pretty. It is 87.9 by 69.9 centimetres and it has square drills. And if I turn it over to the side, you'll see it has 63 colours, which includes 1 AB and 4 fairy dust diamonds. And it has got just under 100,000 drills. So this is a pretty big and beastie kit. Before I get stuck in and show you any more, I'm just going to run through the times when this will be available. So as I said, this is going to be a release on Saturday, this coming Saturday. And when you can buy depends on whether you are a Diamond or Ruby member of Diamond Art Club's reward structure or not one of those. If you are, then you qualify for early access. And that's going to be from 9 AM Pacific time, 12 PM Eastern time or 5 PM UK time. If you are waiting for general release, it's just half an hour later. So that's going to be 9:30 AM Pacific time, 12:30 PM Eastern time or 5:30 PM here in the UK. And as ever, if you're in a different time zone and you're not sure what that means for you, if you just plug one of those times into Google and ask it to tell you what time that is in your time zone, you should be all set. So, Diamond Art Club boxes come, as you can see, with this sleeve at the top, which has a wraparound image of the render of the artwork, which I really like. There is also a full picture here, although small, another one here, and even another one on the bottom. So that just means whichever way you store your diamond paintings, you know, in a cupboard, in a shelf, whatever it may be, you're going to be able to have this in one direction or another so that you can see which kit is which. Okay, let's take a look inside. So, under the sleeve you have this sturdy box, and inside the box is a sturdy tray which contains all your goodies. So there's lots of layers of protection for your diamond painting as it travels to you. The diamond painting and drills are in here, and then we also have a toolkit and this little pouch here. And I'm going to take you through all of these bits. As ever, I'm going to start with the toolkit. Okay, your toolkit will come in a bag like this. All the contents are listed, but I'm just going to crack straight on and show you. So, first off, you get a little roll of baggies. And then you have what DAC call their twist and pick applicator pen. So it's got a nice ergonomic feel to it. It's a lot more comfortable to hold for those long diamond painting sessions than a lot of people find those thinner plastic pens that we used to get. This end has got a 4-placer loaded for you, and it's a standard push-in end, so any other push-in places that you have should fit here if you prefer. And then at this end, if you take off the lid, this is what gives it the name. So you'll see here that you've got wax filled into this this kind of chamber here behind the nib. And what you're going to do, as the name suggests, is twist it, and that is going to bring wax to the surface of the tip so that you're ready to pick up your drills. Once you have used up all of the wax that's in here, you can unscrew it and put more wax in, or indeed if there's a different wax or putty that you prefer, you should find that most of them work just fine in here as well. And then we also have the tray. This is branded on the side here, and these are stackable. So if you have several of them, they will sort of sit neatly on top of each other without toppling over. So I've seen lots of people using these to kit up directly into now. You know, you've got a nice space there where you could put your label. So they're a great option. And even if you're not doing any of that, it's just a really nice upgrade on the tray that we used to get because it's a fair bit bigger. If you slide off the lid like so, you will be able to remove the stopper. Inside you have got a 7-placer in case you prefer that for your pen. You have got some pink wax in case you prefer that formula. And you have got a pack of this clear wax, which is the same substance that you saw in the pen. So you are all set for loading more of that in. And then underneath that, you can see the tray is just a really nice size. Lots of room for lining up lots of drills. So that's your toolkit. Next up, we'll take a peek in this little pouch here, which you can open by pulling those tabs together like so. I'll take you through these bits in a moment, but first of all, I just want to show you that there's all sorts of useful information on these flaps inside the pouch. So you've got tips and tricks for your project at the top. You've got how to use and refill that pen I showed you. You've got step-by-step instructions for diamond painting. Got to include them in every kit because everyone's got to start somewhere. You've got kit contents down the bottom here, and then on these outer flaps you'll see you have QR codes which you can access either if you have an app for a QR reader on your phone, or most phones I think you can actually just point your camera app at it and that will recognize it as well. So this one takes you to Diamond Art Club's Facebook group. You can join this if you have made a purchase directly from Diamond Art Club, and they will vet you to make sure, so you know, if you have a different name on Facebook to the name on your DAC account, as some people do for anonymity or shared accounts or whatever it may be, you may just need to get in touch with customer services to sort that out. And then over here you have got one of many discount codes that you will encounter when purchasing from Diamond Art Club, because this is a shop where you never need to pay full price. If you have never purchased from them before and you would like to use one of my affiliate codes to help support the channel and to, more importantly, save some money for yourself, you're more than welcome to do so. I have two in the description box below. CAT20 will give you 20% off your first ever purchase, and CAT10 would give you $10 off, or the equivalent in your local currency. So just, you know, do the maths, figure out which one's better for you. It's usually going to be the 20% off, but for smaller orders, it may be the $10 off. Don't feel like you have to use those. There are other new customer codes that you can use as well. And then when you have been purchasing from them for a while and you've used up your new customer codes, there's still always going to be ways to take money off your order. Sometimes there are exciting big events like, you know, their Black Friday sale where we get particularly juicy discount codes. But even if nothing special like that's going on, if you're in this Facebook group, you will find there is a code that you can always use on every order in there. The next thing I have to show you is this trading card, or treasure quest card as Diamond Art Club calls the program. So we get these in most kits. It's not guaranteed, but you do get them in most kits these days. And you're going to get a pretty holographic image of the artwork that you've purchased. And then you're also going to be able to use these to claim rewards. So you'll see there is a border on this. This is a bronze border because this is a bronze card. And if you turn it over, that is also confirmed here. But although most people will get a bronze card, they are by far the most common. Some people will receive a silver card, some people a gold card, and a very lucky few will receive a black card, because they kind of go in ascending order of rarity. You know, if you've been buying for a while, you'll find you have a lot of bronze cards, maybe several silver cards, and then probably fewer gold and fewer again of black cards. And the purpose of the colours is to enable you to claim rewards. So you'll see there is a website address here, diamondartclub.com/redeem, and another QR code if you prefer to use that. That is going to take you through the rewards that are available through this program. They are mostly gift cards ranging from, I believe, $50 to $200. And there's also the option to claim a custom kit from DAC. That website is going to tell you how many of each colour card you need to collect in order to make your claim. And once you've got enough, you can scratch off this panel on each of the cards. There's going to be a code underneath and you just enter those all in the website and make your claim. It's a pretty straightforward process. I have done it myself once to claim a custom kit. It takes a little bit of time to enter all the codes, but other than that, you know, it's nice and easy. And then the other thing in that pouch is your sticky labels. So you're going to find individually pre-cut stickers for all the different bits of information. And then on the back, that includes an image of the artwork. And then inside, you have got your storage pot labels. So 63 colours, pretty kind of average amount of colours in this kit. But yeah, all the pinks and reds and mauves, not so many purples. I said purples before, but there's not a lot of purple. But yeah, if you enjoy this colour palette, this one could be a real treat for you. at the end, you have got those special drills. So there is one AB, which looks to be pink, and then 4 fairy dust drills. AB stands for Aurora Borealis, and they are drills with a kind of glitzy coating that's used for accents. And then fairy dust drills also have a coating, but it's more of a subtle glitter coating. They don't draw you right in quite the same way as ABs, but they add to the texture and just overall appearance of the painting. I'm going to go through all of the drills properly in a little bit, but first of all, let's take our first peek at the kit. Okay. So going into this dust cover bag to get the diamond painting out. And here it is. So I've got my sausage of drills, as I always call it. I don't know why, I just do. It makes sense in my head. And on there is a sticker that tells you what kit these are for, just because in case you store things separately, you know. Some people like to take their kits out of boxes and break it down to help them store more easily. That's going to help you link it back up. And wow, look at that colour palette. I actually did an unboxing of some kits I'd bought myself recently, and I talked in that about how I'm really into pink at the moment. A couple of those had a lot of pink and peach going on. And yeah, this has got some gorgeous shades in it as well. I see a lovely fairy dust peeking through there. But yeah, I'm going to go through these individually in a little bit, but let's take a peek at the actual canvas first. So, as ever, I am going to roll it back on itself, just to flatten it out. It's going to be a bit too big for me to show you all in one go, but I will, as ever, do a pan over it a little bit later on in the video so you can see it all up close. And just before I unroll it, you'll see here there are grey lines going through it. Those are just in the plastic cover. So a little while ago, Diamond Art Club introduced these new covers. They're slightly thicker than they used to be. They are double-sided, which is handy. So if you get the wrong side of the cover stuck down on your canvas, it's going to peel off fine. It's not going to get stuck fast like they used to do. But the grey lines show you where there are perforations in the cover. So the whole canvas is essentially broken up for you into 10 by 10 centimetre sections, and if you want to ditch your release paper or washi tape or whatever method you previously used to section your canvases, you can do, and you just instead tear or cut these sections, and yeah, it's all done for you. Right, here it is. How much can you see? Yeah, a fair amount. Can I pull you out a little bit more? Teeny tiny bit. Okay, here it is, and yeah, an absolute rhapsody in pink. Did I say that already before? I don't know, but that's like the phrase that is coming to my mind when I look at this. I do love a hot air balloon pick as well. I've never actually been in one. No, I tell a lie. I did once go to an event when I was very young, and we literally just like went up and then back down again. And I remember doing that when I was about 6. But other than that, I am a hot air balloon newbie. But I do think they're very pretty, very majestic. If I see one in the sky, I can't help but stare. And I love the patterns on the, I guess the balloon, isn't it? So yeah, very, very cool. There's a reasonable amount of colour blocking in the sky sections of this canvas. And I guess in the balloons as well. The patterns aren't too intricate, particularly on the bigger balloons. But then down at the bottom, there's a little bit more confetti going on. I wouldn't say it's overly intense, but it's going to be a bit slower going. And just in case you don't know what I mean by those terms, confetti refers to sections like you see down here, where there is a lot of chopping and changing of colours. You know, you're going to get one colour in your tray, place a few drills, then you're going to need to move on to another colour. Whereas colour blocking would be sections like you see here, where there's really just some quite nice blocks of just one colour or another. And if you use a multi-placer like I do, you'll just be able to kind of whiz through those quite quickly. So it's just always worth bearing in mind when a kit is bigger, if it's got a fair amount of colour blocking, it still might not be, you know, the most long-term project, which I know a lot of people, myself included, like to mix up our slower projects and projects that will go quicker. So you've always got a bit of something different going on. Never give myself time to get bored or burnt out. Yeah, really cool. Okay, let's take a look at those drills. All right, I've got 4 strips of drills to take you through, and you'll notice as I go through them, I'm going to start with the bigger bags because that's what Diamond Art Club arranges their drills in order of. It's the size of the bag rather than the DMC code. So first of all, we're going to look at the colours that are going to be most dominant in the painting. So starting off, if my camera will focus, and let me bring the light over a little more as well. Actually, I don't think that really helps, does it? Okay, so we've got a couple of this shade, and then we've got some purples, and oh, there's just some beautiful colours going into this painting, aren't there? Nice sandy colour there, fitting for a desert picture. 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 of this pink. And then we've got actually quite a bit of purple because I've got 2 purple colours here and 6 bags between them. Next strip, we're moving into slightly smaller bags, and here is the first of those special drills. So that is what a fairy dust looks like. A fairy dust drill even. If you haven't seen one before, you can probably just about see that glitter coating through the plastic, but as I said before, it is quite subtle. You'll notice it a lot more when they're out of the bag and being placed. And I'm just going to keep moving through these. A little bit of static in that bag. If you do encounter this where your drills are kind of sticking to the bag and it's being a bit of a pain when you come to kit up, it's unfortunately a bit of an inevitable byproduct of good quality resin drills. You're often going to encounter this, but there are several things you can do, like using bits of dryer sheets, tumble dryer sheets that is, like blowing into the bag gently and then shaking it around so you're introducing moisture. If you're stuck, if you're struggling with static, I do have a whole video dedicated to dealing with static. So just search on my account and you should find that. Here is the next fairy dust drill. And then, ooh, love that bright shade. And we're moving on through more and more pinks and some more purples there. Next strip, we've got a little bit of blue for a change, and here is that AB. So this is a really nice kind of, I don't know, what kind of shade of pink would you call that? I want to say baby pink, but that's baby blue, isn't it? But yeah, it's a pretty shade. And here is the third of the fairy dust drills. Another lovely pink shade. Working through some browns. And there is the last of the fairy dust drills, if I've kept count correctly, which almost never happens. So that's a pretty dark blue. I love blue fairy dust drills. Absolutely gorgeous. Bit crumpled there. That's got a bit mangled, I think, when it went through the heat sealing machine, but it's all fine, it hasn't burst out. And then this is the last strip of drills. So these are the smaller bags, the colours that there's not so much of in the painting, but they're just in there anyway for kind of accents and depth and shading. Still some really pretty colours though. Almost there. Oh, a very small bag of 310. And there we go, that's all of them. So yeah, if you like pinks, this may well be the kit for you, because that is the name of the game with this one. Some really, really lovely shades to work with. And I don't know about you, but for me, the colours of the drills that I'm going to be working with are really motivating. So I think this one would be really fun to work with those shades. Okay. I'm going to pan over the kit now so you can take a closer look at it, and then I will come back and try and figure out where the special drills go. Back in a mo. Okay, so special drill hunting time. Right, that's sort of star symbol for the AB. It wasn't the smallest bag, but not huge. I see it outlining the petals on this flower down here, and then the same over here. And I wonder if there would be that much more of it, to be honest, because it wasn't huge. Yeah, I don't see any more of that one. So that one seems to be just outlining these petals near the bottom. And then going into these sort of really lovely earthy tones of the fairy dust drills. So that one, first of all, like a little stop sign. Where can I find that? I see a little bit there. Can't see that one for looking. Oh, here it is in the sky. It's sort of on the edges of all these yellow patches. But now I'm stuck again because I don't see it anywhere else. A little bit down here. I'm going to say that is a colour that there's probably patches that I've missed, but I can't really see it anywhere else. So those would be the main places. And then this sort of orangey one, that one I see straight away in this hot air balloon. Almost forgot the name. And also this one over here. There is a little bit there and a little bit here where you've got, you know, a light effect through the clouds. A little bit again here. Oh, and it is outlining these orangey flowers down here, and I'm guessing, yes, same on the other side. So quite a bit of that one. Then there is a pink fairy dust, and that one, oh, I see some of it through here. Where else? I'm not doing a very good job today. I can't see them for looking. I see a little bit up there. There's a bit more in that little section of cloud. And there's some over there. I think that one seems to be quite scattered around. Oh, there's quite a clump of it here doing some outlining of various ridges and things, and a little bit in the flower down here. But yeah, I think that one's just sort of spread around all over the place. And lastly, there was that blue, which I absolutely loved. And that is the symbol X. Is that on the balloon? Doesn't seem to be. Where is it? I think it was the smallest of the bags, wasn't it? So probably not a huge amount. Oh, there's a tiny bit down here. Ah, here and here. Okay, so in these bluey bits of plants. Probably, yeah, the same over here, where there's another little blue plant. Oh, there is some in the balloon. Oh, I was looking right at it and not spotting it. I knew that would be happening. So yeah, there is some in the blue chevrons on the balloon. So there you go. I mean, I'm not particularly confident today, I'd have to say. I've got the majority of the special drill placements, but I think I probably missed a few. But you get the gist of it. So what do you reckon? Is this one that will be going in your shopping basket on Saturday? Do you love pink as much as I currently do? I do go in phases with these things, but yeah, I'm just really enjoying. I think it's a transition from purples. I still love my purples, but like pinks are a natural successor. I don't even know what I'm gabbling about at this point. But yeah, really, really lovely shades to work with in this kit. And as I said before, I think for the size, it will work up reasonably quickly. I don't see any super intense confetti, and there are several sections that I think will go quicker. So this could be a really fun project. All right, thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed taking a look at this with me. And yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you have enjoyed the video, please consider dropping a like on it. And if you're not yet subscribed, I'd love to have you stick around. So please consider doing that too. And I will hopefully see you again soon. Bye bye.